This episode contains adult themes and adult language. Listener discretion is strongly advised.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the B&B bonus episode. I've been saying we're going to do it. I'm your host, Amanda, and I'm here with my lovely, beautiful, extra special co-host, my only sister, Jill.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad to be here.
So let me explain to you guys. I forced my sister to watch the soap opera because I'm naming this episode The Newbie. And her notes are hilarious. You guys are going to crack up.
Well, yes, she has been on my case for a while about watching B&B. And so I finally did it. And so here we are.
Of course, we wish Chelsea was here. We miss Chelsea. But you all know she had to take a break. So, my sister has no choice. I'm forcing her to do the podcast with me.
So many things she forces me to do. But we'll not get into that.
Very true. Let's start out by saying she's not a complete newbie, though. Because you all know how much I love Guiding Light. And there's other soap operas too, like One Life to Live, All My Children. Well, we grew up with our mom always watching soap. So it's not like she's never seen one, right?
That's correct. That's true. That is right. It's just been many years since I've been consistently watching a soap. And, life happens. I had children and, that sort of takes over.
Yes,
And,
I do have my niece in the background that she may feel that she needs to give her input every now and then. Sarah, say hey to the people.
Hey. Yes, my daughter is quite the opinionated one, and but she's awesome. So anyway, but I do.
That's debatable.
I haven't watched in a long time. I haven't watched in a long time, and so it was interesting to go back into the soap opera world. And so, yeah, it's been a lot of fun, actually.
And something that is just hilarious is trying to explain some of the history is just so hard.
Wow. I need a PowerPoint presentation or I don't know. But I'm trying.
Because this show is very... What's a nice way to put it? I know what Chelsea would say. It's very incestual. So, people are connected and you're like, wait, I thought they were related. And you're like, well, see, what had happened was.
Yes, every time I turn around, she's like, oh, but that's his dad. And I'm like, wait a minute. The dad and the son and the brother. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess nothing much has changed. It's soap operas. We've always had lots of drama, affairs, people coming back from the dead.
I love a good comeback from the dead story.
Yes. You can't beat it.
Okay, so we're not going to do a long intro. We're just going to get right into it. Okay, so we're not going to do necessarily a recap. We're going to talk about it though. So how long have you been watching?
All right. Well, I started technically taking notes and such on July 4th, that first week of July.
Okay.
But I did go back, I think for 2 weeks, and I watched just so I could kind of get an idea of what was happening, who was who a little. It's not enough time, obviously, because of my opinions changed. The more I learned, and I would ask Amanda, well, who's this character? What's that about? And then I got the lowdown on. I'll be like, oh, I didn't know all that. So yeah, but yeah, so I've been taking notes and preparing for this since the first week of July.
Okay. So she has some background of what is going on. The funniest thing to me is the Bill Spencer vortex it covers everyone. Like, it just covers everyone. What was it, like your first or second week or something, you called and you were like, who is the guy that was at the wedding who was like, excuse me, I was invited. And I was like, oh yeah, you got caught in the vortex. I should have warned you. No, that's Bill.
Yeah, yes, he definitely grabbed my attention.
As he does.
Like, who is that? And oh, is he spunky? I was like, whoa. Yeah, I needed to know who he was. For sure.
Yeah, everyone needs to know who he is. Okay, so I guess let's just start with your first week.
Okay.
So what was your overall opinion? Did it hook you from the first week?
Well, it seems like I joined at a pretty good time because there was all this happening with Quinn and Carter. So there was a lot of that happening, and apparently I did miss, all the stuff was happening with Sheila, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And poor Finn, and, So, but when I started watching, he was already, kidnapped by his mom, Lee. And
by both mothers.
So yeah, there was like a lot of things happening when I first watched, and so yeah, it was like
exciting.
Yeah, it was, and I was like, oh well, yeah, I want to know what's going to happen. So yeah, I would say it grabbed me.
Oh yeah, good. That's what happens though, because this show is quite addicting. You even sometimes you're like, I'm not watching it, and then you can't help yourself because you have to watch it. You have to find out what happened.
Right.
So the first week, remind me what happened.
Okay, I'm not sure how to. I was trying to review my notes, but
I don't tell you like Chelsea. Chelsea's notes are always crazy.
Pretty much every day there's Sheila's crazy.
Oh yeah,
Sheila's crazy.
Yes.
Guess what? Sheila's crazy.
Correct.
Yeah. So there was a lot of that in my notes.
Okay.
I had questions about I was having conflicting things between Ridge and Taylor and Brooke, and like that first week, like right off the bat, without not really knowing much about them, I wouldn't be able to tell you who he was with. When he was with Taylor, I thought, oh well, they're a couple. Right. He's awfully touchy and flirting, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then he would be over with Brooke, and he'd be like the same kind of deal with her. And I'm thinking, who? What? I wasn't sure.
You're like, what is this dude's deal?
Yeah, I'm like, I have a Ridge/Taylor couple with a question mark. Like,
so that is a problem.
And then also on that day, apparently, I put Sheila's crazy, but using that defibrillator like a boss.
Yes, she did. She was like, I was getting scared. I was like, how many times can you charge that up and shock someone?
I'm not sure, but she used the heck out of it.
She did. She was loving that thing, but she saved him after she killed him.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good, though. You're correct to be confused about Ridge. So are we. Brooke is who he always wants. I don't know why he always runs to Taylor. It's strange because he really wants Brooke. They have a very weird relationship.
Yeah, it's weird.
Go ahead and tell him what you said about Brooke. By the way, everyone knows I love Brooke, but I do agree with the statement.
I'm not sure which one. I just ran across a note.
Oh no!
I just ran across a note that said Brooke comes across as a little manipulative. Throwing out some guilt Ridge's way.
Okay, what was she saying? Do you remember?
She had to deal with her relapse and tripping and falling into Deacon's lips all by herself, all alone. Because I found out that apparently she tripped and fell into Deacon's lips at some point.
Yeah, but she was drunk.
Right.
But she didn't know she was drunk. But she was drunk.
Right. So, yeah, but she threw out the whole,
Like she's here at her house all by herself.
yeah, I don't know. It just came, I don't know. She just came across as like kind of using that to make him, I don't know if guilty's the right, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
he shouldn't feel guilty, but I mean, she's like, I don't know. She just came across as kind of using that as a, well, I had a relapse because Ridge wasn't there to I guess keep her from doing that, or
I see.
you see what I mean? Like, well, if Ridge had been there at home with her, then she wouldn't have even had this relapse, and then she wouldn't have kissed Deegan, and then
Yeah.
So it's like, you got to take responsibility for your own actions, and don't.
Well, see, what had happened was, Deacon left his phone and he went back to her house. Okay, number one, no, was mad about that. Then Sheila switched the bottles of champagne and she gave her real champagne instead of faux champagne.
Right.
And so she got all drunk and it wasn't her fault. She didn't drink on purpose.
Right.
So then Ridge gets all huffy, okay, because she kissed Deacon. But then he runs right over and he's all over Taylor. So it's like, don't see what? And you're sober doing that.
Right.
So yeah, it's yeah.
Well, and Ridge, okay, let me back up
infuriating.
to Ridge, because when I first started, well, like the first week, like the first couple days, let me say that. Carter was going through whatever his.
Carter was losing his mind when you started watching.
He's going to marry Paris.
Yeah.
And,
that's how he's going to get over Quinn.
Right. And that's a whole nother thing. Like Paris, come on. Like, where is your self-respect, girl? Anyway, so Ridge, there was a big scene between Ridge and Carter.
Right.
And where Ridge was like, look, I'm your best friend, and I see what you're doing. It's like, you can't tell me that, you're not in love with Paris. And, they had this whole back and forth. And then Carter was like, well, I'm, well, it's what I'm doing and, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing and that's it.
And goes to walk away. And then Ridge was all like, you don't get to walk away from me. I'm your best friend, and you're going to be honest with anybody, it's going to be me. And, it was very, I thought, a very good scene. And Carter, that's when he broke down and said,
He's like, fine.
He's like,
I'm in love with Quinn.
Right. He's like, and admitted, yes, I'm in love with Quinn. And,
right.
The whole bit. And Ridge tried to reason with him and talk him out of it. And even though that was his dad's wife, right?
Yeah, it put him in a predicament, that's for sure.
I thought that scene was really great, and I liked Ridge in that moment. I was like, oh, I like this character. He seems very, it seemed real, because if you have a true best friend,
you tell them the truth.
And you're not going to let them skip out on, you know what I mean?
Right,
you're going to make them they're doing something really dumb, or, your true best friend is going to snap you up and say, you can lie to everybody else.
Yeah.
But you can,
what are you thinking?
You can at least be honest with me. And I thought that was a really great scene. And so I was thinking,
oh, now she likes Ridge.
Right. So I was like, oh, wow. I mean, he seems like a pretty straight up guy. And then I started getting into the scenes of him with Brooke, and then him with Taylor. And then, as the weeks have gone on, I went from, hey, I kind of like this character. He's pretty cool. To oh my gosh, if he whines one more time, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Thank you.
And I'm not a violent person.
No, I would say if we were on the soap opera, you would be Hope. That's what I would say.
Oh my goodness. I'm just like, Rit. I'm like, he's always whining.
Oh, he never shuts up.
I'm like,
he cries about everything. He is such a crybaby. It is so ridiculous.
And those, I don't even know what to say. Like, what is his deal? So he's back with Brooke.
Right.
He's moved back in with Brooke, and he's so in love with her. They kissing every 2 seconds.
Yeah, they do.
But when they're not kissing, he's talking about Taylor.
Right. Welcome to our world.
If I was Brooke, I would be like, one more time. Name her name one more time.
I'd be like, say it one more time, buddy.
You gonna take this boot thing I got on my leg?
My hurt foot is gonna go right up your butt.
Serious, like, and it's just a bad, like, all the way around. It's like,
that's what Tammy gets so mad about. Is like, you're freaking Brooke Logan. Why are you putting up with that?
right. And Brooke, it's like she's just like for him to throw little crumbs, for his crumbs to fall off the table.
Yeah.
It's like she'll take any kind of attention he gives her at all. Good, bad, ugly, whatever.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
It's like, really?
And she could have any man. That's the thing. Like, Bill wants her, Deacon wants her, like every guy. And still, she only wants Ridge.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's just kind of frustrating to watch because it's like,
It makes you feel bad for her.
Yeah,
It's like, why are you putting up with that?
like, gotta have some self-respect, you know? It's like you're just taking the crumbs off the table, you know, whatever falls on the floor, and that's
And she is way too awesome and beautiful for that.
yeah, like. But anyway, so
Did anything else
that's
happen
kind of
that
my take on them so far. Deacon / Taylor ?
Uh-oh. Okay, so let me just say, it was pretty rude. The way Ridge, he's been like all over Taylor, all over Brooke, all over Taylor. And then when he decided to go back to Brooke, though, the way he told Taylor was pretty rude.
Yeah,
Did you not agree?
That was pretty harsh because
It was harsh.
Yes. It looked like Taylor was expecting him to be coming and moving in with her any minute. Like her son's coming in. They
She's
were
like,
talking,
you don't stay for a barbecue?
right? Talking about, you know, oh, I'm so glad you and Ridge, things seem to be working out. And she's like, yeah, it's great, and everything's great. And they're gonna, you know, and she's just apparently in La La Land because she thinks they're gonna be doing great. And then all of a sudden he comes in and is like, I'm moving back in with Brooke.
He's like, we having a barbecue at our house. I'm moving back in. I was like, whoa.
And Taylor it was sort of like, wait a minute.
She had to take a breath and everything.
What just happened? You know, like, yeah, that was pretty cruel, I thought.
It was. And then there was no clue. Like, okay, she even said, okay, so Brooke hurt her foot. That's a good reason to stay married and try your marriage again. And it was cute that Brooke fell going up the stairs. I thought that was funny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I wrote that in a note, too. Like, who falls going up the stairs?
Oh, I do.
Apparently Brooke.
You know that would happen to me. I'm a very weird look.
Well, I was just flipping through my notes again, and I saw where I put, what is under here?
We're trying to share the same mic, so bear with us.
So, I noted that Ridge doesn't seem to say how much he loves Brooke, and like he's so happy to be back with her, and like I'm not getting like the warm and fuzzy from, you know, like
because he can't shut up about Taylor.
Right, kind of love. He just keeps repeating how he needs to be there to take care of her. He needs to be there to protect her. He needs to be there. You know, it's this sense of responsibility that he has.
They are married.
Right? But it's not like he's not giving me love feelings. Like, I mean, you know, I don't doubt that he loves her, but you know what I mean? Like, in their interactions, it's not like
lovey-dovey.
Right. Well, and I mean, they are hugging and kissing and stuff, but it's not like, when he talks to her, it's not like, oh my gosh, you know, I wanted to be back here because I love you so much and I can't live without you. And I'm, you know, the warm and fuzzy stuff that you think you would get when
somebody comes
back and you guys got these feelings you can't. He's always talking about this, like, you know, I got to protect you and I got to be here to take care of you. And it's like, I don't know. I just kind of got this feeling of like, is she like just a responsibility? Is she like, he's got this like knight in shining armor kind of complex.
I love this. That's very interesting because because I'm so close to it and I watch it all the time, I've never actually seen it like from that perspective. So that's really interesting. Yeah, probably. He probably does have some kind of complex because like, for instance, if Taylor gets with Deacon, he's going to lose his mind. I can't wait. He's going to lose his mind. He's going to be all in her business. He's going to be trying to do this and do that. He can't help it, I guess. He just can't control himself. He gets in everyone's business. He's like Sarah. You know what? I don't blame him because I'm nosy. You know I'm nosy. I'm like the Spencer boys. I'm going to be there gossiping.
Yeah. Well,
was there anything else on that week?
Oh, there's some stuff. We haven't even got into, I just figured we'd go ahead and kind of finish up not finish, but kind of finish those thoughts on Ridge and Taylor and Brooke. But we haven't even really touched the surface of the whole Quinn, Eric,
oh, yeah,
Donna,
we gotta get into that.
Whatever honey stuff is going on there. I mean, you know.
Well, all I can tell you.
Did you get that, the honey?
Nice.
I think that's hilarious.
Nice. Okay. A lot of people hate it. Hate it. They're like, who walks around with a bottle of honey in their purse? Who does that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a new one. I mean, I haven't seen that one.
No, I haven't seen it.
So, yeah, go Donna.
You go, girl. Let's wrap up Brooke and Ridge. The main thing I can tell you is ever since they met, they are destiny. They believe that they're each other's destiny. That's what they call each other. They always do things, hurt each other, break up, but they always get back together.
Oh, so, this is a good jumping off point, since we're going to kind of going down that destiny road, is what are they doing with Taylor and Deacon?
I like them together.
Right? So, Taylor comes to the only restaurant in town, apparently.
She's supposed to be sad.
And they were, like, all flirty, like, having a little therapy session at the bar, right?
Stop saying you're a loser.
Right. And they have some laughs, and she's like, oh, you're so dangerous, and whatever.
You know that was flirty. Whenever you say to a guy, you're danger.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was like Flirt City.
It was very much. She wasn't that sad, was she?
I'm telling you. It was a little flirty. So I thought, no, they must be going down this path of, and I didn't really know much about either one of their histories too much.
Right.
And I still don't know too much, but I thought, oh, so now Taylor's, and people move on quick. They're like,
yeah, they do.
Like Paris, she got
I know what you're gonna say.
She got dropped at the altar, and they didn't know grass growing her that foot. Mm-mm. I mean, she was like,
as soon as he walked in, her whole face changed. She's like, oh hey,
yeah, she's crying on her mom's shoulder, like all sad, just oh my goodness. And with Zende comes in, and she's all like, oh. And she perks up, and she gets like this, how you do. You get your little shoulders looking and stuff. And he's like, oh, if it's okay with you, I'd like to give you a ride, ride you home, give you a ride home. And she's like, okay, that'll be great. And I was like,
what are you doing, Zende?
I know. I was like, really, dude? Like,
talk about crumbs.
But I don't know, but anyway, so yeah, they
that girl perked up quick.
Yeah. And so back to Taylor, she just got dumped, and she's like out there flirting like she ain't missed a beat.
Yeah,
I was like, man.
I was like, you go, girl.
So, yeah. And then the cute where he shows up at her office.
Oh yeah, that was adorable.
In the
what was his name? Ima.
She's like, I have an appointment with someone, and he's like, oh, well, who is it? She's like, I can't say. He's like, well, just tell me your first name. And she's like, Ima. He's like, it wouldn't be I'm a loser.
Right. And she was like, oh, you. Now, she did for a second. It was real fast. But did you notice that for a second, she kind of tried to get him to leave? And then he sat down on her couch and she was like, okay, all right, well. And then she sat down. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
She was like, I'm kind of busy. And then he just sat down on her couch. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, yeah. But then that whole thing, I mean, that whole scene too, that whole little session thing, I thought was pretty cute.
It was.
Like,
they had good chemistry.
they do. And she, you know, and he getting her to talk about her feelings. Yeah. But again, it was, you know, it was awfully flirty, you know?
Oh,
like,
I agree.
I'm sorry, but when a man comes in and says, I haven't stopped thinking about you since yesterday, or since the last, what did he say? Something like,
Yeah, he said, I haven't stopped thinking about you since the last time we talked or whatever.
yeah.
And I was like,
yeah, you don't just throw that out there. Yeah.
hello? I'm like, what? Hello, sir?
Yes, that's what I think. She wasn't throwing him out too hard.
No, she wasn't.
So, but anyway, their interaction was good. I thought, like, and they talked about that destiny thing. You know, like they both seem to be accepted, because you were going to forget Deacon was wanting some Brooke.
Deacon definitely wants Brooke. He's always wanted Brooke. But it just isn't going to happen. It's never going to happen. Because the whole thing between them, it was a bad experience in her life. It was a bad time for her. Never going to happen. Because he was married to her daughter, Bridget.
Oh, goodness. This is a new one. I haven't heard of Bridget yet.
He was married to her daughter, Bridget, and they hooked up.
Oh.
And she got pregnant.
Oh.
Yes. And we actually thought it was Ridges for a little while, but it's actually, no, it was Deacon. And it was very traumatic because, like, she almost lost her daughter. Like, it was not a good time for her.
Oh, yeah.
But then, you know what? They made up. Still ended up marrying the same guy later on in life.
Oh.
A guy named Nick. They actually both married him. So, I mean,
I told you I need a PowerPoint, like some kind of chart, a graph. I don't know.
yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to explain a little bit here and there.
Right.
Because I don't want you to just be totally confused. Because it can get confused. Like, we haven't even touched on the Logan, like the whole Logan family.
Yeah.
And, like, Wyatt's fiance, Flo, she's also a Logan.
Okay.
So, like, you haven't met her yet. But, like, there's a lot.
Yeah.
And you haven't really met Katie. You've seen her a couple times.
Yeah, but not much. Yeah. Well, yeah, so Deacon and Taylor, it seems like they're kind of working that angle.
Yeah, they might be hooking up. Which, I love it, because Ridge was going to lose his mind. His head's going to pop off.
Yeah, and so we're finding, so I guess we can go on into to Quinn and Carter in that story, because that was another one that I started out
Right?
liking. I thought, oh, Quinn, you know, like, oh, this is good. She's going to get to be with the man that she really loves.
Right.
And, you know, things were working out, you know, because Eric was with Donna, and then she, you know, Quinn found out, and I thought the scene between her and Eric when in that thing was like amazing.
And at the club.
You know, she found them in the bed together and all that stuff, and then
And that's Bridget, who Quinn was having lunch with
yes.
Bridget.
Okay, I remember
That's
her.
Brooke's daughter
Okay,
with Eric.
gotcha.
Okay.
She's now traumatized for life. Like, okay.
She done walked in on her dad.
Walked in on her dad with the honey mama.
She stole the scene. Like, I couldn't even look at Quinn because I was so busy looking at Bridget's face. It was amazing. She was just like, her eyes are all big, and she was like, oh my, what the? It was great.
So there is this because I did see a little bit of the struggle of Quinn, because it was just when I started watching, I was seeing her. You could tell that she loved, that there was something for Carter.
Right.
But she was fighting it really hard. And she was trying, and I could see that she was trying really hard to do the
right
to
thing.
save her marriage and all of that. But you could see that like loved him, or and that it was a struggle. So then all of it shakes down, right? Well, her and Eric have that great scene where it's like, they have a great heart to heart,
right?
And even though everybody's hurt,
right,
they come to the realization that we both need to move on, like.
Right.
There's other people that we want to be with, and it doesn't mean that we were bad or that, and it doesn't mean that we are bad, but we need, like he said that great, we were meant to be until we weren't.
That's what I was about to tell you. That one statement when he said we were meant to be until we weren't.
Right.
And the thing is, this has been going on for a while. The reason it is very sad is because they've actually been together a really long time, which is unheard of in soaps.
Right.
Like oh my God, it's been a very long time that they've been married. So the issue is they went through this whole thing for like a year. He had ED.
Right.
Okay, that's where it started. But it even started before that. She did something to Brooke on purpose to break Brooke and Ridge up. And when the old man found out, he was so upset. Because he was like, you don't get it. Your hatred for Brooke cannot exceed your loyalty for my son. He's like, you don't get it. Like, you hurt my son.
Right.
Like, let's not even talk about Brooke. Because he loves Brooke. He's like, you hurt Brooke. Which is wrong. He's like, but you hurt my son. And that started it. It was like a snowball.
Right.
Then they started having problems. Then he got ED. And then she had an affair with Carter. And it was like this big snowball effect.
Right.
And then it is a shocker that Eric is having an affair with Donna. Everyone was shook by this.
Right.
So, even me, like, I did not see that coming. Good job, BMB. I did not see that coming.
Yeah. Well, given that I don't know all the history and all the stuff, but I thought the moment between them and that he told her, go stop Carter, go stop him from marrying someone else. You love him. He loves you, and I thought, wow, like this is going to be good. And I thought, oh, good for Quinn. And then she had that whole cute scene of getting to the wedding.
Yeah, she fell right in the dirt. Her head hit the dirt.
And all of that was good
cute.
and well done.
And she'd come flying in. Her mascara was all over her face.
And I just knew she wasn't going to make it in time. I'm like, oh, they're going to draw this out. And, like, who's already married. So then it's going to be an ordeal. He can't just leave Paris. And da-da-da. But, oh, no, he's just left her right at the altar. But, no, but I thought they were, I thought, oh, she's not going to make it in time and all of that. But, anyway, so I was feeling very like, good for Quinn. And I was like, it was nice to see like that breakup was going to be, sort of amicable and all of that.
Right.
Well, it is soap opera. So I don't know what, I was in a delusion, I guess. Because then the next time it was like when at the office.
Right.
And her and Eric got into words because he brought Donna back to the company. And I saw a whole different side of Quinn that I haven't seen before up till now. And I thought it was I was like, oh, like she's
not so nice.
Oh, her pride was coming out and her,
you gotta tuck that in.
Yeah, not that she wants to be with Eric, not that she's unhappy. I mean, she's got what she wanted.
Right.
But she just can't stand the fact that it's Donna.
Right.
And she's just gonna keep on,
And she has this, like, she doesn't like Donna for multiple reasons, but she always says that she's basic, she's simple, she's not smart, she don't know how to do this. And honestly, it makes me mad because that's not true. Like, she don't know Donna. Donna has different sides. She don't know. But yeah, her impression of Donna made me laugh so hard. I was cracking up.
That was hilarious.
That was so hilarious.
Yeah. And
but
that was so funny.
I don't know what she expects though. That's the thing that annoys me with Quinn is like, you cheated on Eric. You want to be with Carter, right? How can you then go to work and be throwing a fit that Eric cheated on you? And you can't believe that.
Right. And then he brought Donna into the,
Of course.
back to the company. And she's like, like it's humiliating.
But
you know,
she on the roof making out with Carter.
And like 5 minutes later, she's making, she's
in
making
his
Carter.
company.
Yeah.
Like at Eric's company.
Eric's-
That's not embarrassing.
Like, hello?
Right?
Do you know this is Eric's company? Like,
right.
But yeah, she's being this like really petty and like,
Yep.
it does not make it a lot of sense. I think I wrote down like, she's throwing stones in a glass house.
Yeah.
Right?
She loves doing that.
She's,
They all do though. Ridge is famous for that.
but I thought it was, but her son, Wyatt, is her son? Is that right?
Oh yeah. Wyatt's so funny.
He was amazing because he was like, because he seemed very real. He was sort of like,
He is.
you need to back it up.
Yeah, he's like, calm it down.
Yeah, he was like, you need to reel it in. He's like,
he kept saying,
Yeah.
what was he saying? Because she said we're gonna keep this civil, and he kept saying, civil.
yeah,
You know,
he
like,
kept piping in.
Yeah. Like, mom, remember, we're gonna keep it civil, mom.
Yeah. So he, I thought he was really cute because he was trying to bring her back to reality. He even told her, "You got everything you want. What do you care?
Right. Why are you crying about it?
What do you care? Let Eric do his thing, live his life, and you live your life. You're happy now. And she I just don't think she can. And
can't
she was
handle
like, I can't stand that it's Donna.
Yeah.
And
How can you
he's
leave
like,
me for her?
yeah, he's like, just let it go. And she's like, it was something about the Logan. She's like, she's a Logan.
Yeah, ew.
She's like, and she was told him about, she's like, do you know that she carries honey? A jar of honey over there everywhere.
Purse?
And,
Ew, that's gross. That's what you said. That's so gross.
oh my gosh. But he tried. He told her, he said, you need to, like, don't do something you're gonna regret. Which is like the red flag for she's gonna do something she's gonna regret.
Right.
But I did love how her interaction with Carter, he let her just vent, let her do her impression of Donna,
And he was
laugh,
cracking up.
had a laugh at her, and said, kind of like, are you done now? Like, why are you worried about them? Just
Right.
worry about us. And
Right.
I mean, I hope that she would listen to that. But I don't know. Of course, I'm sure she won't. I'm
That's
sure
what I said.
it's gonna be a
Excuse me. Do you see how Carter looks? Why are you crying?
I don't know what her deal is because and she got the little Eric warning because he was like, we don't have to, he told her, he said,
This can be civil.
yeah, he's like, I absolutely am gonna be fair with you.
Right.
He's like, we don't have to get all lawyered up and all that kind of stuff, basically. And he's like, I'm totally fine with I'm gonna be fair with you and all of that. And she just kept and he's like,
Oh no, she couldn't
you
stop.
know, and he's like, well, basically he just told her, well, I mean, we can keep this civil or we can't.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm not gonna deal with this.
Yeah, so he was like, I was like, that was like a vague kind of warning there from Eric to like,
Calm it down.
yeah, it was like, I'm totally cool with being cool with you, but when you're not, then
Then
it's
I'm
on,
not,
then it's on,
Yeah.
like you really want to do that. And I was like, oh, Eric.
Chelsea says that they already have a ex-wife package, and that if she doesn't behave, she's gonna get the generic package that women get when they get divorced.
Right.
When you divorce the Forrester, you get this generic ex-wife package. And so she might be getting that if she don't watch it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. But then, because I was expressing all of this to Amanda, about Quinn, and I was surprised. I was like, I can't believe she's being so petty and so did. And then Amanda was like, "Oh well, let me give you a little history on Quinn."
I was like, "That's because you don't know the real Quinn."
And I was like, so then I got a quick little rundown history on Quinn, and I was like, "Oh goodness."
Don't feel bad though. Tons of people love Quinn. I think they just choose to forget that all the stuff she's done.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh well." But now it makes sense to me why she's being petty and like, I don't. If
Don't you love how-
you're good with like trying to kill people and like,
Right.
taking on new identities and a little divorce ain't really nothing.
Yeah, divorce ain't nothing. Like, what's a little murder? I mean, why not? But yeah, Quinn has a history I think people forget.
Well, and I didn't know all of that history, so yeah.
So you didn't know any different?
Right. So at first, but like I said, at first I was like feeling like good. I thought she was one of the good ones.
See, even though at first I was happy for Eric that he found Quinn, but then ever since the start, there was a problem. And then I was like, oh, why? Because right before Quinn and Eric got married, or maybe before Brooke and Ridge got married, anyway, Quinn and Ridge had a thing. It was a flirting, inappropriate flirting. It was some kisses. And this was going on when she was supposedly so in love with Eric. She wanted to marry Eric and get with Eric. And I thought, this is already starting bad. But you know what? They made it a really long time. That was years ago.
Right. Well.
So what else you got on
it'll be interesting
your notes
to see, how that shakes down. How long is she going to be happy with Carter? And how long is, how's all that going to, is she going to let it go? Or is she not?
She never lets stuff go. I hope they bring Wyatt back more because his character is very funny. He's very normal for a soap opera. So
Right.
like he will tell you like it is. Like one of my favorite things that happened recently. He came home because he'd been out of town. He came home and he was like, "Mom, there's not 25,000 texts on my phone and there's not 100 missed calls." He's like, "What is wrong with you?" He was like, "What is wrong with you? Did you forget I was coming back to town?" And she was like, "I've been busy, Wyatt." And he was like, "Okay, now I know something's wrong." So, like, he's just very, like, truthful and like a normal person.
Right.
I like him a lot. He's funny.
Yeah, so far what I've seen of his character. I haven't really, in the weeks I've been watching, I haven't really seen much happening with Hope.
Right.
And Liam. Just a few, there are a few tidbits here and there.
They love to gossip. They're the gossip girls.
I know the little interaction with her and Ridge was whenever Ridge asked her if Deacon had been in touch with Sheila. Right?
Oh, that made me so angry. So angry.
That was another one of my Ridge moments where I was like, oh, what is wrong with it?
I know. I'm like, why are you talking to her like that?
Yeah. So I don't know, but I haven't got to see a whole lot of what's going on with them, but I'm sure.
Oh, girl. We've got to do, you know what? We need to do more episodes because we didn't even touch on the Hope and Liam history.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because Hope and Liam history is all intertwined with Wyatt and Flo, which is also intertwined all up with Steffi. So, like, there's a lot going on that you don't know.
Right. So, yeah, you might start working on that flow chart or,
right?
PowerPoint or something. But,
so that's all you got for that week?
I think pretty much. Now, I loved, and it was so great soap opera style, which I loved, was going back to Sheila and this whole thing happening with them.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that yet.
Mike.
Mike's hilarious.
Okay. The flashbacks
Oh yeah,
to the
loved it.
past with Mike was golden.
Yeah, I loved it.
I think awesome job, B&B. Because talk about
It's a
like I
classic.
remember, like I can almost like I remember that period of time of soap operas.
Right.
That's probably about when we were watching, and then see that flashback was like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah,
it made
it was
me
amazing.
think of watching soap operas like way back when, and to see that it's the same character.
I know, that's
like-
amazing.
It was so great. I was like, oh my gosh! I'm like, she done stick some dogs on him. I was like, Mike,
I
what are you doing?
Because he's in love with her. He's always been in love with her. He always wants her to run away with him. And she's like, he's friend zoned. Big time.
I know, and that's so sad.
It is. Because she used to want Eric, the old man. She used to always want Eric. And that causes all kinds of trouble because you could see how she gets bid.
Right. Anyway, so yeah, I did. I loved flashbacks to Mike. And Mike is hilarious.
Yeah, he is.
Oh my goodness,
He's so funny.
He was so funny. He's had such great lines.
Yeah.
You know, like just great lines. And
So what was your opinion about about the wreck? The thing that killed me is if you know if she's within hearing distance, don't use your phone.
Yeah.
Why are you calling from the living room? Leave. I was like, oh gosh, she's dead. Oh wow, she's dead. You're a goner. I was like, you are a goner.
yeah, I'm not sure. It's like
It was a mess. Like, cars are blowing up. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. Sheila's now not admitting that at first she said I thought at first she said she did bump her car, but now she's saying she did not. She
Right.
didn't do anything except chase her. So I'm like, we don't really know what happened, but we do know she ended up in the alley.
yes, she ended up in the alley.
How long is she laying in the alley? I cannot.
You have to work with it, Amanda.
Oh,
You
it's
have
magic. I
You
forgot.
have to work with it. The car spontaneously blew up.
Okay.
There's no explanation, and it went in the water. She got out of she got out. She's been swimming around. She probably had
I guess
fly
she's
out.
taking a little swimming break.
Yeah. I mean, she's probably eating food out of dumpsters. I mean, I don't know. She's got a,
Oh my
she's
god.
got a survival instinct.
I see that. Because the timeline. Sometimes, this is what I always tell Chelsea. Sometimes you just have to go with it. You just have to pretend
Yeah.
and go with it. Because in her world, it seems like it's only been like a day or two.
Right.
But in our world with Sheila, Finn been in that bed for about 2 or 3 weeks. Like, this is not, you know what I mean?
And let me just tell you, Finn is one strong dude.
Oh, he is. He
'Cause-
is big and strong.
I mean, he done got, he would have been shot.
Oh,
And
yeah.
almost injured his whatever lumbar thing
He got a lumbar issue.
that Sheila keeps bringing up. And
He
I
got shocked 50 times.
look, I knew that they were going down he's going to be paralyzed path.
Yeah, I was worried about that too.
Well, he's not paralyzed because he's shown up and trying to get up out of that bed, trying to kill Sheila.
Look, he finally got out of that bed. He was choking her. I don't understand why she told him about Lee. I would not have said any of that. Wouldn't have. I would have been like, you know what? I don't know what happened to her. She left, went to the pharmacy, hadn't seen her since. Don't know what happened to her.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't believe her. I don't know.
True.
She thought,
He's convinced that she hurt Steffi and that she's lying to him.
right.
And she's like, oh my god, listen to your mother. I'm like, geez.
Yeah, Sheila, Kimberlyn Brown
She's amazing.
She's awesome.
She
like,
is.
she is just,
She's superhuman. She's
she
not
is all over, like,
normal. She's not normal. She's superhuman.
just so good. Like, man.
She does, like, She uses her whole face and body.
Yeah.
Like, she can do a look, and you know what she's saying and thinking.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, God, that's scary.
Yeah. So it's been a little, I mean, you gotta kind of roll with it because
You gotta roll with the punches.
you do. You have to roll with it because
It's magic.
Getting him out of the hospital. I mean, Lee and her little self somehow got this dead weight man out of a hospital with nobody noticing. And got him set up in a room with all kind of medical equipment.
Oh, yeah, I got all the medical equipment.
You gotta roll with it.
You do gotta roll with it. You're right. Because, you know what? It's the magic of soap.
It is. And they have to keep the story going.
Right.
So you gotta just go with it sometimes. But
I can tell you, Finn, okay, let me just catch y'all up. So we are literally current. We just watched Mondays, okay? Finn got up out of the bed and choked her. Choked her, guys. It was amazing. Because all we've ever seen from Finn or from Tanner Novlin, all we've ever seen is super sweet Finn.
mm-hmm.
He never gets mad. He never loses his temper. He's like Hope. He's very even kill. And he don't tell people off. Like, he's very, level-headed.
Right.
That's why the scenes were so amazing when Finn had her up against the door, choking her. Because we've never seen Finn like that.
Oh, he was...
We've never even seen him lose his temper. Legit, when he found out Steffi cheated on him, he was hurt. He was upset. He was, stomach hurt and everything. But he never, got mad and was yelling at her or anything. He was like, I understand. You fall into the Liam trap. That's your comfort zone. So that's what you just do. He's
Right.
well, I'm here to fix that. I'm here to break that cycle. And I was like, yes!
Well, he was letting her have it.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The thing that triggered him was Lee.
Right.
Because Sheila kept trying to say it ain't her fault that his mom got killed. She didn't do it on purpose. People keep making her do these things.
Right. They're just making her do things that she regrets.
Yes.
And poor Sheila.
I know.
Why do people...
Why does this keep happening to me?
How this gun keeps falling in my hand every time I turn around.
Yeah. I don't know how I keep hurting people. I really don't.
Right. Anyway. But
So-
yeah, he did. He was phenomenal.
Yes.
I
it
can't
was
wait to see the
amazing.
rest of this week because he was...
Yeah, he was choking her. He was he was not happy.
Yeah, he I think he lost... He snapped. And now...
Yeah, he snapped.
Well, he is... I mean, I'm going to go there. He is Sheila's son. He may need to go get therapy.
Oh. Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, what if this unleashes his whole Sheila side?
That would be cool. That would be.
If Finn goes
very
bad,
interesting.
how interesting would that be?
It would be. It would be. Because Steffi's not a saint.
If he's a good boy gone bad,
The bad boy.
he will be, and then he'll be like, "I'm Sheila's son.
Yeah.
It's not my fault."
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like, I didn't do it on purpose, right? These things just keep happening to me. But he was very triggered about his real mom who raised him,
Right,
which I totally get. Okay, because as far as Sheila knows, she's dead.
right.
But we know she's not.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we
Yes.
did.
She got found in an alley
Yes.
by none other than Bill.
Yes. Dollar Bill.
Yes. Oh, Bill.
Let me tell you, there's not a lot of alleys in Mississippi where we live.
But I've been looking for one ever since. I'm keep hoping, is somebody looking like Bill gonna come find me in this alley?
She's like, you know what? I'm going to lay down in this seafood restaurant alley and see if Bill comes.
Yeah, we do have a lot of seafood restaurants,
We
so
do.
I'm gonna be scoping them out. Bill, come get me.
So you're like, excuse me, do you have an alley? I need to lay down in it. It could be, you know what? It could be a couple days.
Yeah.
It could be a week. I just need to lay down in that alley. I'm expecting someone.
Yeah, darn it. I don't think it'll happen. But anyway.
He's so high.
But and speaking of, because I was laughing apparently it's a joke on within this show that I wasn't aware of, but I apparently caught it myself. Everybody's going to eat at the what's that restaurant where
El Giardino.
I'm like, what are these people do? Everybody that goes there, everybody keeps going there, and they're like, and then everybody's all like, I know he was shot right out there. Finn was shot right out there. Steffi, and I'm thinking, and then they're like, I passed the bread. I'm like, can you pass me that breadstick butter? I'm like, wait, is there no other restaurant in this town?
There isn't. We just got a seafood restaurant.
I put that in my note. Like, is this restaurant the only one in town with a question mark?
It is.
And then, dang, if not, like, a couple days later, Wyatt and Bill, they're like in this new seafood restaurant. I was like, I said, wow, they must have heard me complaining.
Like, there is another restaurant. No, there wasn't. Like, this whole time. They always go there. They have weddings there sometimes. Yes. They eat there.
Yes.
Even when they get takeout. They get takeout from there. Like, yeah.
I'm like, it must be a good place.
It's delicious.
However, like the day before the seafood restaurant came in, Bill and his two good-looking sons were eating there. And I was like, well, no wonder. I'm like, God, like this table of hotties over here. I'm like, I'd be going to that restaurant too.
You're like, excuse me, can I have that table right there? Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought it was funny because I noted that I'm like, why are these? And when they would go there, you know, like they're having the wedding there. Then the people are eating there.
And Deacon works there.
And everybody keeps bringing up the Finn and the Steffi thing, the shooting, and then everybody's all like, oh, this is so strange. Doesn't it feel weird to be here? And I'm like, and then they're like, everybody keeps going there. Yeah. Like, that must be some good food up in there.
Like, you know what? This is so strange because literally they got shot like right over there. Yeah, I'll take the Caesar salad with extra dressing.
No, but I thought it was funny that I made that note. And then when we were talking, you were like, oh, yeah, that's a thing. Like, it's the only restaurant in town. I was like, oh, my gosh, that's funny. Because I noted that. I was like, why do they keep going to this restaurant?
And then you were like, oh, I see why they made another restaurant. You were like, they had to get Bill to those docks.
They had to get Bill to the alley by the marina where the car fell off the thing.
Great job. Love a new set. Love a new set. Really, you know what? I'm just putting in an order. I really would like Liam and Hope to have their own house. Love a new set. Okay. But Bill has a boat. Could have easily got him to the friggin' dock. He has a boat. He has multiple boats, probably. Well, he has a yacht, for crying out loud.
It's another thing you gotta roll with. Okay. Because what in the world is Bill doing walking in the alley? Right?
Why is he even in the alley?
By himself.
No security.
No security people.
They know Sheila's on the loose.
No, nothing. And then, and then he finds this person he doesn't even know. And he's like, I'm going to call an ambulance. And she goes, oh. Like, that's all she can say is, oh, and shake her head. And he's like, okay, then I'll just take you to my house. I'm like,
yeah, I'm like, what? Excuse me, what?
Okay, she could be a crazy person.
Yeah, she could be working with Sheila.
She could be an escape convict. I mean, Bill's just like, okay, I won't call an ambulance. I'm like,
say what now? And then you could have took her to like urgent care. You could have took her to a hotel, not your house.
Oh, I don't know. And apparently this is sort of out of character for Bill.
Yeah, he's usually not that nice.
Right.
Usually he might throw money at you and be like, there you go, buddy, good luck.
So this scene with
Wyatt and Liam
was hilarious.
It was.
Because they were on the phone with Bill.
Wyatt goes, oh my God, Liam, something's going on with Dad. Something's wrong. And he's like, why? And he said, because he's like being nice and like philosophical and like
compassionate.
And Liam goes, ew, what? Ew, what? He's like, something's wrong. We gotta call him.
Yeah, I thought that was cute how they were having that little conversation. And then when they talked to Bill on the phone and he was like, oh, I've got this person who was injured and stuff. I brought her to my house and I got the doctor to, and they're all like, okay, all right then. Like, okay, like what is happening?
Liam's like, you're doing what?
So that was cute. Although, like, I guess Bill's having a moment of being, I don't know,
Nice all of a sudden.
feeling helpful to humanity. I guess I don't know.
He said his children have not exactly changed him, but made him grow. And Wyatt was like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. So,
But I'm telling you, a lot of people think that Lee and Bill are going to be an item. It's very possible because he is lonely right now.
right.
But I don't know. Because when Katie comes back, he always wants Katie.
Yeah. But it could be one of those.
It could be just a fling.
One of those soap opera stepping stones
True.
where him and Lee, Bill and Lee have this whole get together, this whole little process, and they get together, they finally get together, and then Katie will come back, and then they'll throw a wrench and all that.
Right.
That happens quite often. Because we know that is very unlikely to be like,
Oh, that's the love of his
right,
life.
oh, this is it, this is,
Right.
this is going to be the next mega couple.
Right.
I don't think, at least from what I'm hearing and what I know of, the little bit that I know of sort of everybody's a little bit of background, I don't think that's going to be the case. It might be a stepping stone just to cause something when Katie does come back in the picture. But I don't know, maybe not. I mean,
I hope she comes back soon because I'd love to get your opinion. I like Katie and Bill together. I'm a Katie and Bill fan. The majority of people are not. Like, the majority of people are over it just because of everything that they've been through. And they'll get together and everything's fine. And then he kisses Brooke.
right.
Like, that just happened like a year ago. Him and Brooke kissed. So it's like every time she thinks that's done and over and she starts to get comfortable, then something happens.
Right.
So, I agree. I don't like her hurt. But at the same time, like, that's the love of her life. So, like, I love Katie. Katie's my favorite. So, I want her to be happy. But who's she gonna get with? Let's be real. Oh, you know what? There was a really hot doctor on today.
Oh, yeah.
He's from Guiding Light.
He was a flashback to Guiding Light.
Yeah.
I was, like, super stoked to see him.
Vincent, I do not know how to say his last name. I don't want to say it wrong. Izario or something like that. But he's so hot. Y'all should, when he was young, he played Lou Jack. I was obsessed with him.
Yeah. yes. But yeah, it's very cool. Like, to see stars that I remember from,
you would die.
from back when.
Robert Newman, who played Josh, is on Young and the Restless. And he is killing it.
Oh,
Killing it. Every week, James is like, oh my God, Robert Newman.
oh, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how do you not Josh and Reva? Really?
His level of acting is just...
It's like Luke and Laura. Like,
Yeah.
you say Luke and Laura and, like,
everyone knows who that is.
know in the soap
I didn't
opera
even
world.
watch General Hospital,
Right.
and I know who that is.
Exactly. Like, Josh and Reva Lewis. I mean, but yeah, he's always been phenomenal.
Yeah, he's amazing.
And I've seen a few clips and he's still looking
good.
amazing.
Looking good.
Yeah.
So, okay. So now that we've covered most of it,
Yes.
is there any one that stands out to you that you just really liked or really hated, or anything that you would change?
That's a tough question.
We all know you love Bill. That's
Okay.
the vortex.
Well,
okay, that doesn't count.
Bill, I think I've expressed that.
Chelsea's favorite is Liam. She gets mad at his actual character because he's ridiculous. But that's her favorite, like, look-wise. She thinks he's the hottest.
Right.
Okay. Like, he's hot. Don't get me wrong, that Scott Clifton is wow. But I don't know that he's my favorite.
Right.
I love Wyatt a lot.
Yeah, I like it so far. And it's hard for me to say because I haven't been
Yeah,
watching
you need a
very
little
long.
bit more time.
So I don't know all the facets of their characters and stuff. So,
Well, you did really like Quinn, though, at first.
right. And I changed, I've kind of, my opinion of her is kind of twisted. My opinion of Ridge is kind of twisted from the very,
Ridge is horrid.
It started out, I was, was thinking, oh, yeah, okay, he's kind of be the kind of hero-ish kind of guy and the good guy in the soap.
Right.
And then it turns out, no, he's just annoying and whiny and, like, it's like, But,
he kind of is, though. Like, him and Liam are kind of like the heroes in a way. Because, like, Ridge...
Well, I kind of get the feeling
he's aggravating.
that he's the goody. He's supposed to be the good guy.
But he don't do... Right. He doesn't do, like Bill, for instance. He will do anything to get what he wants. He doesn't care. Like, he will blow up buildings with people in it. He will, like, for real. Like, he doesn't... But Ridge is the, like, I'm not going to do something against the law.
Right.
I'm not going to do something that's, not, morally right.
Right.
That type of thing. Even though he does all the time. So, like, as in his love life. But, like, in business and stuff like that, he kind of is a goody twos. In a way.
Right. I see what you mean. Like, but that also comes across, those type of characters also come across as,
Hypocrite?
well,
Hypocrite?
no, what's the word?
Annoying?
No, like self-righteous.
Oh, very, yeah.
Like,
judgy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kind of self-important, I guess. I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah.
that's the
He
right
thinks
term.
he's...
Right. Like,
Yeah. He thinks everyone on this, in this world is blessed to know him. It is a gift to be friends with Ridge or to know him.
Right.
Like, Brooke is lucky that she has Ridge. And I'm like, this man is delusional.
Yeah. Well,
it was the way he was raised. It is. He was the favorite. And so he's spoiled.
Right. Always used to getting what he wants.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and I gotta say, I liked Deacon.
Love Deacon.
Like, he seems very, he's kind of got the
bad boy
vibe, kind of.
But he's trying to be good.
Right.
He's trying hard.
Always love that in a character.
Because
like
he's the underdog.
Who's right.
Yeah.
Someone who's trying, they trying to be on the, on the level and all that. And just,
things keep happening. It's so hard. Yeah. It's like he's working at the restaurant. He's poor. He's not making a lot of money. He's working there, but he's trying so hard for his daughter because he wants to be in Hope's life.
Right.
He's trying so hard to be good, but it's very hard for him to be good. It is. It's very hard for him to be good.
Yeah. Those are the ones who kind of really stood out.
Like,
I thought Wyatt's character seemed very honest and sort of relatable, kind of down to earth kind of a character, which I like. Haven't seen much of Finn because
he's been in the day coma.
All that I've seen of Finn mostly has been, his interaction with Sheila.
Right.
And I know that's probably not his normal, like I haven't seen him with Steffi and all of that to sort of see how their interaction is and all that.
Yeah.
But.
And you haven't really got to know Steffi yet either.
Right.
So, like, Steffi is one of those people that she can be really good, but she can also be horrible.
Mm.
Like, it just depends on what Steffi you're going to get that day.
Right.
She's also very spoiled. She's named after her grandmother, who was the matriarch. So, like, she's very spoiled.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm going to get hate mail. Don't send me hate mail. You guys know I love Hope. Because everybody loves Steffi. Because I try to stay kind of neutral. But, Steffi can be horrible. Okay? She can be horrible. All right? She didn't know who her baby daddy is for both her children because she was being shady.
Oh.
She can be very shady.
Gotcha.
Okay? And then they're like, well, so can Brooke. Yes, but Brooke gets a pass. I don't want to hear it.
That's funny.
I always give her a pass and everybody gets mad at me. But would you not be nuts if you were with Ridge your whole life? Okay, like if you were with Ridge your whole life, would you not be a little nutty?
Probably.
Thank you. She was a normal, young, beautiful woman, okay? Young lady who came from a not rich family. She got caught up with Ridge, and now look at her. It's all his fault.
Dang love.
I know, it's
Get you
love.
every time.
Okay, guys, so I think we covered everything. That brings us to the end of our episode. If you have any question for my lovely sister, just get in touch with me, you know where, and give us your questions. I want to hear it. I want to hear your opinion. And if you guys liked it, I'm going to make my sister come back.
And be kind. I've never done podcasts before. So, but no, truly, we would like your feedback. And if, you thought it was fun or enjoyable or what, we'd like to know. And if you don't, that's okay too. Let us know what we think we could improve. Or if there's stuff that you'd like us to talk about, we could listen to that too.
Mm-hmm. And stay tuned because you never know what I'm going to make her watch next.
There's no telling. Let me just tell y'all, having Amanda as a sister is quite the adventure. I'll just say that. So, yeah.
Oh, and my sister is who I belly dance with. So she is in the same class as me. We go to belly dance together. And she also had a meltdown about her costume. But we've got it. I think we've got it under control now.
I think so.
We've fixed the spilling out boobs. We've got that fixed.
Yes.
And I think I can wear it without having a meltdown now.
She'll probably still have a meltdown, but
Probably.
she looks fabulous in it. So, anyway.
We both do, though. We both do look good, but you know how it is. Self-conscious.
Yes. And it's something new that we haven't done before. We've never been performers or anything. So it's a new adventure.
Definitely.
And nerve-wracking, but it's exciting and it's good to push yourself a little bit.
And it is fun. We've been having so much fun doing it.
Yes. It's been quite an adventure.
And we met some really, really cool people, too.
We have. And it's just such a great dance, and you learn a lot about yourself.
You do.
You
actually do.
You do. Your body and your confidence and your, the way you view yourself as a woman and things like that. It's really a lot more than just a dance.
It is.
And so yeah, we've been enjoying that journey together too. So
yeah,
it's been fun.
Oh, and update. We finally are done cleaning my dad's house out.
Yes. Because
the last time that we talked with Chelsea, we were working on that.
Yes.
So I was telling them about how we've been it's been really hard because it's emotional and it's also time consuming and just a lot of work cleaning it out. So we finally have that done.
Yes. So hopefully we can come back to some normal semblance of our lives.
Right.
So
that's exciting.
Yes, that's been quite a chore. So
yeah.
But emotionally and physically.
Yes, because we were very, very close to our parents. Extremely close. Probably not, probably unhealthily close. We were all in their business.
Yep. Yes, we were. So yeah, it's definitely been an adjustment to not have either one of them.
I know. I'm looking to be adopted by some rich parents. So if anyone, Renee, is out there and is looking for an extra child or two, just give us a call. Give me a text. Give me a DM.
Yeah.
I'm open to applications.
Bill, are you there?
Excuse me, Bill? You looking for a daughter?
I know you need a daughter. You already have them 3 sons.
Right?
We would fit right in on a soap opera.
Oh, yeah.
We'd be like his adoptive daughter, but the next thing you know, I don't know.
You know what I want? I want so bad, if anyone at B&B's listening, I want to be the maid. I want to be the maid that goes to everyone's house and cleans. And then I know all the gossip.
Oh, that would be a great character.
Mm-hmm. And then they can like tie me up or something to try to make me tell them all.
Wait a minute.
Everybody's
Everybody's to tying up.
Bill can tie me up. Bill can tie me up to get all the info.
Oh no. We better end this podcast like now, okay? We done went off the deep end.
Don't worry, I'll put a disclaimer at the beginning.
Well, thanks for forcing me to watch and to
Thanks so much for being my co-host.
Yes.
It was so fun.
It was.
I think we definitely have to do this again.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where we're going. I don't know. We could be doing other shows as bonuses. We could just keep talking about B&B. I would love to get her into Y&R. Because y'all know I love talking about Y&R. But I had nobody to talk to about it except James and Tammy.
I've considered Y&R, but it's like very daunting.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
it's an hour.
Oh, yeah, but I'm glad that you kept pushing me to go back into the soap opera world because it is very it was a huge part of our growing up in our life, and my like my mom and aunts and like she's on the phone every morning talking about, you'd be wondering, who is she talking about, having an affair with somebody, and it's the soap opera she's talking about.
And my mom is serious about the soap opera. Like if she couldn't watch it, I had to record it on the VCR for her.
Right.
Like she didn't play. She was not missing her soap opera.
Right. So it's very it feels good to sort of get back into watching a soap opera because it has a lot of memories and nostalgia and all of that that was part of growing up and part of and good memories that I had with my mom. And so anyway, so thank you for pushing me to do it. Now that I actually have some time in my life that I can do watch
stuff.
And do things like this. It's fun and it's a different adventure. Like I say, I've never done a podcast before.
Right.
And so yeah, I'm like watching Amanda click all these buttons and use this computer and I'm like, oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm a little older than she is. So and I'm a little not tech savvy and things like that. So
and of course, we had technical difficulties. Of course. I'm like trying to be all smarty pants. Like, oh, I got this. And then no sound. And I'm like, okay.
Well, and I certainly couldn't help. I'm like, oh no, things are happening and things are lighting up and stuff. So, yeah, maybe I'll even learn some new stuff about that. Like, I'm open to learning stuff.
Well, I can tell y'all that editing is the worst part. The recording is fun. The editing is not.
Well, maybe I'll just continue to be untech savvy so I don't have to take over any of that. I'll be like, I'll be Donna. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You know what? That just reminds me. That's what Chelsea does. Chelsea Donna's me. Because Chelsea's like, I don't even know how to work my computer.
I feel you, Chelsea.
Okay, we have got to go now, guys, because if we don't, we'll sit here and talk for like the next 3 hours.
Yes.
Because me and my sister, we love to talk.
We do.
Love it. So we hope you have a great week. Okay, we keep having technical difficulties. We are trying to say bye, and I don't know what's happening. So my niece, Sarah, gave us an idea, so we're going to try it. Until next time, bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.